Hi everyone, welcome back, and today I'm going to be talking through weeks 33 and 34 of pregnancy. It's been a little bit warm as we've been having a bit of a heat wave here at the moment. It's been very uncomfortable and it's been very chaotic. So if you're in your third trimester too, or just a little bit curious on how things are going, here's a little update. So we're moving into week 33. The baby's grown a lot this week and they're now the size of a platypus. They're getting a lot stronger and they've built up their immune system, which feels like quite a big step. The bit that stood out to me so far in this third trimester is it's really quite surprising just how much development is done in the last part and just how much bigger the baby grows as well. So let's go through the symptoms for week 33. So to start off with, top of the list has probably been the swollenness this week. We're going through a bit of a heat wave at the moment, which is unusual, and it's been a lot, especially when you're pregnant, having this heat wave. I've had my fan stuck at my side constantly. It's been around sort of 27 degrees at some points as well, which really in Scotland is unheard of. It's been lovely in theory, but my feet obviously never got the memo because the swelling has just been really bad. I've basically been living in my sliders and my slippers and keeping my feet up wherever I can. I mean, it's really amazing just how much the heat affects you when you're pregnant and how much water you just feel like you're retaining. I just feel like I've ballooned up, but it's just, yeah, not great, but we're rolling with it. We're just seeing how it goes. Heartburn's been here to stay this week. Some nights have been better than others. I've found a few remedies sort of along the way. Gaviscon, as you'll know, I've talked about previously. That's been really good. Taking little sips of water or smaller meals. I've kind of found that my appetite has kind of dwindled a wee bit this week. It's not been eating as much as I have previously. Some nights I find that the heartburn is stronger than others. At this point, we're just kind of learning to live with it day in, day out, see what happens. But we've not got long to go now, so we're almost there. Just got a few more weeks to go and put up with it. Hopefully it goes once the baby's here. The next thing on the list has been leg cramps. They've been back this week. A really random story is Charlotte had a Rainbows fundraising night. They had different stalls with different things. They had like a raffle stall, they had a cake stall. Scott had went to sit down with Sophie, so I was just wandering about. Charlotte was showing me all the different stalls, and the leg cramps just came on. They came out of nowhere, they just came on, and I was like trying to walk to get back to Scott because he was sitting in a wee area where there were seats and everything, and trying to walk back to Scott, but each step I was taking, the cramps were just getting worse and worse and worse, and that way where you're going, I don't think I'm going to make it back to him, but luckily I did. I managed to kind of get back to the table where he was sitting and just try and sort of do some stretching on my legs to try and get rid of it, and eventually, thank goodness, it did go away, and I was able to see they had a wee sort of ceremony at the end where they got their badges and things like that, and the newcomers, they got to do their rainbow promise and everything like that. So it was a really good night, but it was just that moment I was like, oh, please don't fall down in front of everybody in the hall. I was fine, it was okay, but they've just come back with a vengeance this week for some reason, I don't know why. I had another midwife appointment this week. I had to take Sophie with me because it was the day that I have Sophie, so I got her in the buggy, we walked around. It was quite an effort because Hill's on the way to the doctor's surgery, so it was quite a bit of an effort getting her there, but we got her there. And when I turned up, there was a big note on the door saying that it was closed for lunch between 1 and 2. So I waited around for a wee bit. Sophie started to get a bit restless, so ended up leaving. And then when I was about halfway home, I got a call from the midwife to say, where are you? And I was like, I was standing outside the door, but there was a note saying that you're closed, so I waited for a bit and then I went. Apparently the midwife service is still running on inside and they'll come out at some point, but obviously we'd just missed each other. So we rebooked it for a couple of days' time. I went back, then was checked. They checked the baby's heartbeat, that was all good. They checked my bump size, that's measuring, the baby's measuring, everything's all good there. So yeah, just another tick off the list, another check done, and everything's good. So moving on to week 34 and the baby's development. This week the baby is the size of a coconut, or the other reference I got was a small clawed otter, which made me laugh a wee bit. Either way, I'm definitely starting to feel their presence. I'm starting to feel them moving around a lot more, and I'm starting to feel that the bump is getting bigger, rounder, heavier. So all good signs that the pregnancy is progressing well. As I mentioned in week 33, week 34 we've had the continuation of this heat wave that's been going on. It's been very up and down. One minute it'll be absolutely pouring down with rain, the next minute we're getting this really, really hot weather. The first symptom this week is probably tiredness and the heat wave that I've mentioned in week 33. It's continued into week 34. The weather's been very up and down, so we've been getting like a lot of rain, but it's been really muggy and hot, and then we've been getting these really nice days as well with the hot weather. So it's just, I just feel like it's just taken all the energy out of me. I just feel constantly drained and tired. Scott's been really good with it. The girls, obviously they're at an age where they don't really understand, but the heat's making me more tired than normal, and I find that it's making me having to take more naps than I usually would to kind of recharge the batteries, especially with the girls. They just want to do activities non-stop, and they don't fully understand just like how much the heat and doing these activities really just takes it out of you. But we're getting there. Not too long to go. Yeah, we've got fans in every room. I've got my hand fan, which I'm carrying about with me everywhere as well, just to try and help cool me down. Yeah, hopefully the heat wave won't go on for too much longer. The next thing is the breathlessness is back. Going up the stairs, even just getting myself dressed, like trying to bend over to put socks on, because there's not as much room as there used to be. It just really is a struggle. Like even just try to get my socks on or my shoes, it's just starting to get more and more of a struggle, but it's all normal parts of pregnancy. It's going to get harder as the weeks go on, I think. But even just sometimes talking as well, if I'm doing it for too long, I'm just having to take breaths and pause. But yeah, it's another symptom of pregnancy, and we're just rolling with it. This week the heartburn has stuck around. It's still pretty much the same, so it's kind of worse in the evenings. It's not going away. I'm not going to go on about it too much because you already know about it. And it's just one of those pregnancy symptoms that just does not want to budge. Despite all the symptoms, there's definitely a lot to be positive about. I've been trying to make little adjustments where I can, so just keeping water close by, taking a few more breaks when I'm working, and asking for help when I can and when it's needed. It's made a big difference as well. Even just small things like wearing more floaty dresses just makes you feel that wee bit better, especially during this heat. It's been really nice to see Charlotte thrive as well, especially at Rainbow's getting her badges, and she was so proud of it. She's been asking a lot about the baby this week as well, and just having her sort of energy and excitement about the baby, it just really helps me when I'm sort of feeling a bit lower just with the heat and the struggles of that. It's really helped me get through. So I'm just currently at the end of week 35, so I'll do a little bump update and let you see where the bump is. So let's bring that. So that's my catch-up update for weeks 33 and 34. If you're going through something similar, you're at a similar stage, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll be back with the next updates soon. Bye!